I don't have a place to put my phone again. I've just come back from Pilates. I was running late again, so I did not film on the way there. It killed me. It was so good though. It was so good. I've just run up multiple flights of stairs to get to this car because the elevator wasn't working. Then I had breakfast with a friend. Then I went and got my nails done. I cannot tell if I love them or if I hate them. I've never had such conflicting feelings about nails. But if you've been listening to the podcast for a while now, you may have heard me at some point talk about my relationship with my nails. I've bitten my nails since before I can even remember. So it's often an area of my life that I feel really gross about. And every now and then I just am like, you know what, get them done. It helps me kickstart getting on top of biting them. Today was one of those days and I went to a new place and they were really lovely. I just can't tell if I love them or if this little stumpy nail is, I don't know. Back and forth, but I got them done and I'm going to go home, do some cleaning with Blair. We've actually got to record our podcast on a Saturday this week because we couldn't do it on Thursday. So anyway, busy day again, but we'll go. Also, I have to go to the bathroom so bad and I should have gone before I left. We have ended up having a very, I was going to say lazy, I don't want to call it lazy, but a very relaxed Saturday, which has been nice because we're under the weather a little bit, just been behind in-house stuff. We're tired, we have not been sleeping well with sick kids this last week, and Blair and I are not feeling great. So anyway, we ended up not recording today, so tomorrow we're going to record, which is a Sunday. That's going to be like the closest to the deadline that we've recorded in a long time. So we'll do our episode tomorrow. We decided to get some pizza for dinner from our favorite place, which is Gino's Pizza. Amazing. And just relax and have a bit of a movie night together, which will be really nice. Hello. I am just getting ready for church and I thought instead of just getting ready in here, by myself, I might bring you guys in and have a chat because this week has been tough for us to vlog. We've been not feeling great. I really admire all the people that have done this weekly. Some people even do it daily, which is insane. And that they just successfully have done this for years and years and years. Because I think when you've got big things going on, like we did the last few weeks, it feels easier. But when you don't have big things going on or when you're not feeling well, it's really hard to bring out the camera and show your life when it's not looking the way you want it to. Anyway, it's been tough for us to vlog and I thought I would just share about something that I've been navigating a little bit. But I go through these waves of just feeling really dissatisfied with my appearance and struggling with body image a lot. When I was getting ready, or when I was having coffee actually, just before I came in, my son asked me if I was having another baby. Which I do not blame him for those questions because the kids are curious and we do explain you have to be careful with questions like that. But anyway, it's one of those things that's like, no, I'm not. Unfortunately, I've been very self-conscious this week about my body. And so it always seems to be on the weeks when I've already... Hello? Yeah, I'm just vlogging.
I'm having a shower, he's got rashes up his legs.
Do you do a poo?
Yeah.
What's wrong, buddy? You want cream for your bottom? You want cream for your bottom? Alright, obviously that got derailed because baby has rashes, but I've finished getting ready and I'm gonna get dressed and I will talk to you later.
So welcome back. I ended up outside day ended up being so tired just from the sickness and whatever else, and so we just took a lazy day. We did the cleaning and things like that, but I didn't film any of it because I was just tired. I was just exhausted, and when I'm tired and exhausted, I'm a lot more prone to being cranky Blair, and I don't want to be cranky Blair. So I knew if I filmed and then was like at home with the kids and stuff, I would just be overwhelmed with trying to juggle too much. So I just decided no filming and just be there, do the things that we want to do. And then we just relaxed. It was just really nice, just chilled out. We relaxed. So anyway, we've just come back from church. We had church this morning. They asked us to share a little bit about our experience there, which was cool. We got to do that. And now, so we're back home, kids are just having some food, and I'm going to get out of this, get into something a little bit more comfortable, and we're going to record an episode. Yeah, still lacking energy, and it's like I'm kind of fighting to be motivated to record an episode today, but it's going to be such a good episode. Amy's done such a great job in preparing this one, so it'll be good once I get into it, but I mean that, like, I could just lie down and not get up for the rest of the day stage. So anyway, I'm going to keep moving. So if I sit down, I won't get back up. And we're going to record. And then, we'll do some more stuff.
Hello. It is not Sunday anymore, it is Monday. As you saw, vlogging on Sunday morning got a bit derailed by a punami. And in fact, it was good. We were both so exhausted yesterday. We really struggled to get the energy to do anything. We struggled to pick up the camera. We struggled to do our episode. We just weren't feeling great. And Blair actually is still not really feeling great, which is a bit of a bummer. He's just feeling a bit weird. So I don't know if it's like flu-y or just run down. It's really hard to tell sometimes, but I thought I'd finish chatting to you about what I was chatting to you about because it's still relevant, but it's good because today I think I've got a bit of a fresh perspective on it. So I've been feeling quite low in terms of my body image, which is really tough because something I put a lot of work into, something I built a whole program around in my coaching. Anyway, I've been really struggling with not feeling great physically because we've been unwell, being in a bit of a slump in terms of productivity around the house, prioritizing health, prioritizing getting out and moving. When I get low, I really struggle to do that. It's like I dig myself into this hole because then I feel worse about myself, and then I am even more resistant to getting out and making choices that make me feel better. I'm glad I've got Pilates because that's been really helpful in terms of just having that thing there that's already scheduled to be feeding into my health and challenging my body. But yeah, it's been really tough, to be honest. But I was thinking about something yesterday. A couple times I've heard people phrase questions like this. What would you do if money and finances weren't an issue, if you didn't care what anybody thought, if there was no fear in that space? What would you do? And that question's always really challenged me because the answer to what I would do if those were my circumstances is drastically different to what I am doing, kind of thing. And so it's always been really interesting to think about what impact other people's thoughts, my assumption of what other people are thinking has on my choices and how I present myself in the world. And I was thinking about this in terms of my self-worth stuff, because if I could somehow magically remove any concern about how I'm perceived in the world, if I could somehow magically remove any concern about what other people are thinking of me, what would I want? Like, what would I chase? Because my biggest struggle with health is that it all comes down to weight. Like, that's my main and only insecurity and my main and only real struggle in this space. It's all weight-based. And it does my head in that one element of my body, one element of who I am, seems to have so much more weight, so much more influence than any other element. Doesn't matter how, loved I am by the people that love me. It doesn't matter how talented I am or skilled I am or how much I achieve or how funny I am or the things I get to do. None of those things matter as much as how much I weigh, which is so wild. And the wildest part of all of this is that's not just because I struggle with my weight, like physically. That's how I've always been, even when I wasn't struggling with my weight. My idea of myself when I actually was completely average and absolutely not a concern in that space was that I was, huge. It's body dysmorphia, I'm sure. My biggest challenge when I'm trying to tackle this health area is that I've got my weight so closely tied in to my health. And I have struggled to remove that from my pursuit of health, because pursuit of health is really important. Pursuit of weight is just one tiny factor, but health is a really important thing. Health is something I can get behind and be like, yeah, everybody should really be trying to be healthy in whatever way that looks like. But it's just so complex because people have so many layers to what they think is, healthy. And so if I could remove my concern about my weight and just focus on my health, what would change? If I could remove any concern about how I was perceived magically, what would I be doing? What would I feel freer in? What would I be implementing? What would I be chasing? Would it be the feeling inside that I feel when I'm, eating well, when I'm moving? Is that what I would be pursuing? Would it be, my result in my blood pressure? What would it be that I would be chasing? And I've been asking myself that question since yesterday. And I want to spend some time reflecting on this. Like, what would I do if I removed all of those concerns? What would I be chasing? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know yet because I haven't spent enough time really putting my head in that space. But we did an episode yesterday, which you watch or listen to the episode, you'll see that neither of us were keen to do it as a first week, that we're just like, wow, we just don't have the motivation, the energy to do this episode. But we did an episode that I had prepared a few days earlier, and I knew when I was preparing it that it was going to be impactful for me. That's probably why I prepared it, to be honest. That's what I always do. I knew at the time that I was struggling to implement these changes that I wanted to implement. And yesterday's episode is all about actually seeing change, like lasting long-term change. And one of the things that we spent a lot of time talking about was breaking down goals, because we have these lofty big goals that we put in place. And that's so my case with when it comes to health. I'm like, I feel so bad about myself. I'm going to wake up every day at 6:30 and I'm going to walk for 30 minutes on my treadmill, and then I'm only going to eat whole foods and blah, blah, blah. And I get pumped up because I'm like, this is what I'm going to do now. This is how I'm going to change those things. And I set myself up thinking that's what I'm going to do. And then because it's such a big goal and so different to my current rhythm, every now and then I'll start, like I will kick it off. But for the most part, I don't even get off the ground. And then if I do, it crumbles very quickly because that kind of implementation of change is not maintainable. We talk about that a lot in the podcast. And so yesterday when we were going through this recording, I was like, you know what, Amy, that's the thing. Like, you've been wondering why you struggle so much to start these things you want to do. It's because you're trying to do too much, too big, and then you're setting yourself up for failure if you don't achieve those things. You're not recognizing the small wins along the way. And so my goal for today is to break down, if I didn't worry about other people, if that was just gone magically, which, is easier said than done, what would I be chasing? B, whatever that goal is that I would be chasing, what can I do by cutting that in half? And if that still feels too big, what can I do by cutting that in half? I want to get it down to the most basic level step in that place and start there. And then I want to celebrate that win. And if that's just getting in my active gear for the day, then I'm going to celebrate that win and start that way, instead of feeling, in this slump and then just continuing to go down, spiral down and down because I'm not implementing 6 days of change. Anyway, Blair's back from dropping the kids off. I can hear Paddy making his presence known, so I'm going to go. But that was what I was trying to say yesterday. I'm glad I had another 24 hours to think about it and reflect on it, because I think I'm in a better headspace than I was when I tried to do it yesterday. So probably there was a reason I didn't finish that little chat that I'll take to you guys soon. So I literally put my mascara wand on my skin, and that left a very big mark. This is a tip. that I feel like is a pretty basic one, but in case you've never heard it, I'm going to tell you because it took someone telling me on YouTube. If you get mascara on your face, don't rub it off straight away. Just leave it. Leave it to dry. Do all the rest of your stuff. And when you're done, get a Q-tip, or you can get a spoolie, like those eyebrow things, and you just put it on the spot and twist it and pull it off. And it'll remove it mostly cleanly. I already did mine before I recorded this, but I thought I would share. PSA. I got this rug at Kmart and I want to install it. It's a washable rug and it comes with an underlay, which is too small for it. So I'm going to see if I can make it work while I watch Daz and Renee Hogan's vlog. I'm just sweeping the remainder of the dust, but you would be so shocked to see what was under our couch. This is our couch. It's just a little one. There's not much space and it's been sitting out in the middle of the room. This is how much crap was sitting under that couch. So do not be fooled by the tiny amount of dust that I've just swept up. I had already swept all that stuff out from under the couch.
Is that Jazz?
No, this is Jazz.
But again, I know that.
Yeah.
That's why they.
Jazz has shorter hair than Renee right now.
Oh.
Thankfully I got two underlays because they fit perfectly to have two side by side. Sticky. Which is I guess what we want. Now I'm going to turn these around. After much struggling, I finally got the underlay down. Now I need to straighten up the rugs on top of it. Alright, this is the carpet under the couch. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I don't know how I feel. Because it's so thin and washable, it doesn't sit very straight. So that's a bit of a pain, but we'll see how we go. Worth a try. Now I need to clean up this mess.
Wow, what a weekend, hey? That was fun. A lot of sickness, a lot of stuff to process, which was good. We've been having a lot of fun doing this. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's really, really great. And just the support we've been having is just absolutely amazing. Make sure to tune in next week. So this weekend, my dad's coming up to do his first ever babysitting. For Amy and I, we're going to have a date day, get some things ready for our trip to America. So come check that out. But until then, we're going to sign out. Thank you so much for another week. Catch you next week.